Today I want to talk a little bit more about parts ordering. It's something that I discussed in a recent video about suppliers, and I want to get into one subject a little bit more, and that is the dick-waving contest I see people having on the internet and in real life over what they pay for their parts, and I want to talk about this. A lot of the times people will discuss what they pay for things, and they'll go, "What do you pay for that? I pay 23. I pay 22 from China." Like, you're fucking special. These people are still children. Children see the supplier-purchaser relationship like, how much can I get out of them? How cheap can I get it out of them? How much do I have to get in order to get free shipping? Let me try and convince them and strong-arm them into giving me a better deal. I'm going to just keep bargaining and bargaining and bargaining away until I get the best deal possible. And when they have the lowest price of all their friends, of all the people they know, it's a dick-waving contest. Look who has more. Look who has better. Look who did more. Look at me. I'm a dude. It's just a bunch of shit. Whereas adults see the supplier-customer relationship not in terms of just how much can I get out of them. Rather, the adult sees it as, how can I make sure my supplier is making at the very least as much as I am on this transaction? How can I make sure that they're making good money and satisfied while I'm also making good money and satisfied? And I want to talk about this and why it's important. If your suppliers see you as a burden or a nuisance, they may keep selling to you just so that they have you as a customer. But when a good deal comes along, you sure as fuck are not going to be the first person in their mind that they think of to inform about this. When there is a widespread problem with a particular product, you're not going to be the person that they're messaging and saying, well, this is good, but I would suggest you try this or you wait a week because this may be problematic. For example, when there was that problem last year with the IC chips that wouldn't work with iOS 5 or 6 or whatever the fuck it was, my suppliers told me, hey, I put this aside for you. This stuff will work. This stuff will not work. Now, is your supplier that you're treating like dog shit and just going, I want lower price, I want lower price, they're not going to want to do this for you. They're not going to want to talk to you. You're not going to be the one that they think of when something good comes up. Let's bring up another example. The MacBook Air screens in 2012 and 13. In 2012, I had 11-inch MacBook Air polarizers in the beginning of the year, before Bliss Computers, before Screen Country, before Vivo Technology, before Asset Genie. I had these parts when nobody else had them for sale, when nobody else could offer refurbishing of this display assembly for this Apple product. And in 2013, it was around late spring that I had them available for the 13-inch. So while you guys are all busy waving your dick over whether you pay $24 or $27 for an iPhone screen, I'm actually busy talking to the people who I was okay to pay $26 to $28 for that product for, who are now selling me a product at $77 that I could turn around and resell for $325. So you keep having fun with your little dick-waving contest with your suppliers that hate your guts, well, I will keep doing business with suppliers that actually enjoy doing business with me. And as a result of doing business with these suppliers that enjoy doing business with me, I will get good deals that come along with time that you will never get. How do you think a small company with a minuscule amount of money is able to find parts and get prices on parts that million-dollar companies are late to the game on? It's because I have a relationship with these suppliers. I make sure that they are happy doing business with me, not just that I am happy with the price that I'm getting. You know what? There are a lot of times where something simply may not be profitable because of the supplier that you're using. You know, for example, one may be based in China, one may be based in Taipei. This is another great thing when people go, I buy from China. That's how you tell that you're dealing with an idiot a lot of the time, because they don't even know where the fuck this shit comes from. Let's talk about laptop screens. Most laptop screens are produced in Korea. They get transported to Taipei because in Taipei they have most of the manufacturing plants that make these laptops. Let's talk about how a lot of the companies get a hold of these. There'll be a middle manager of a plant that's supposed to produce 15,000 laptops this day. They have 15,500 screens. One of them little middle managers will just cross out that we got 15,500 screens. We only have 15,000. that 500 will go out the back door and they will get sold to a broker. This broker will then wind up selling these parts to other companies. So if you're buying a specific product from a vendor in China, you're most likely buying it from a middleman because that came from Korea or a broker in Taipei. Again, a lot of the times people are so busy, just beating their dick about, where they get their parts from and how they save money ordering directly from whatever, that they don't even notice that they could be getting a good deal if they spend even a minuscule second of time figuring out where what they're purchasing came from. For example, I'm okay with buying from a national vendor. I don't have to go, I want to buy from China so I can save more. There are a lot of times where it simply makes more sense for me to buy from a domestic vendor. This was true now as a repair shop, and this was also true when I had a company that sold parts to other companies where the margins were fairly low. And I make sure that everything that I am going for is profitable. I am not going to convince somebody to try to sell something to me for $25 if I know that they're paying $25 for this product. I will either put up with the fact that they're selling it to me at this price, or I will find somebody who buys it at a lower price. There's no reason to just keep senselessly beating somebody into selling you something at a lower price when they're not even getting it for the price that you want them to sell it to you for. And then secondly, it is kind of a spit in the face at quality when you send your supplier a message going, well, this dude can do 22, can you do that? What you think you're saying is, hey, this person is a little cheaper. I'm just trying to get a better deal. What can you do? What they hear is, I've been working with you for 5 years and you're telling me that you trust these random dickheads more than you trust me. And you're going to be treated accordingly. You are not going to get the top tier discount. They are not going to message you when a product is available at $75 that is going to be resellable for $250 a week from now. You're not going to get those messages. You're not going to have that kind of relationship. And it's just not a good way to do business. I may not have the absolute best buying price on every single thing that I need. I admit that. But, if I need $20,000 worth of a particular motherboard to show up here in 2 days and I need it to be on credit because the check hasn't cleared yet, there are at least 2 or 3 suppliers that will have no problem doing that with me. I am in this to make real money. I am not in this to save $1 or $2 on the 20 or 40 of these little parts that I ordered. That little saving $20 or $40 or $60 right now, that's short-sighted thinking. The kind of thinking that you should have with your suppliers is the kind of thinking where, what kind of large, long-term business can we do over the course of our relationship, over the course of the years that we're going to be working together? And if you are a good business person, that's going to wind up being thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars that you may make that you would have not made if your only focus was on a dick-waving contest over who gets the cheapest iPad digitizer.